trying to say was it was dangerous for people like Pac and Aaliyah and Iris and Oris and Selena and all these beings of light. It's like being absorbed into a industry that is ran by the very people on one level or another, by the very people who are down with what Richard Nixon was talking about with the Black Messiah stuff. And then they told one thing they said he was on a hunt for the Black Messiah. On the second one, something else I seen that he said there won't be. See, he was looking at the Messiah. That's what I'm saying. He said there won't be no Messiahs except the one we give to you. So in so many words, what that was saying in translation is your heroes would be if they would do that through mainstream media, propaganda. So when he was saying that, what he was saying was now you have to be an asshole if you're looking for the Black Messiah and you fucked up. You should be running from the shit you on. That's the people well into the arrogance in this shit. It's not a process. I'm like, this nigga said what? No, you should be. You don't want to see the Black Messiah, buddy. That's just without getting on into the details. Trust me, y'all know he's not here no more. I don't give a fuck. Whoever's representative of that bullshit. So I'm not the guy you probably want to see right now. Just leave it at that. But yeah. So I'm the nerve of this guy. But what I'm saying is this industry shit. Yeah. Who knows what this is the new day for me. I love the talent. I still like to be a fan of music and shit or whatever. Listen like some shit every day. I've been saying this shit. I finished it like a year ago. I was watching a couple of 80s flicks and shit a year or two ago. I said, man, the old movies is better than this shit they doing now. They got the special effects and shit more, but this is something about the, I don't know. And I ain't been, like I say, man, I'm relatively speaking, the amount of times I've been to the movies, but then that, since I just been out of, really, since I've been out of jail, just kind of minimum. But I still, you catch it on TV and cable and shit, but I still walk a little light. I don't know I ain't just been heavy on movies like that, but I said this shit, bullshit you not. It was a movie on with Jennifer Aniston. They were talking about Pasadena, California. That, I'll get in a minute, but I'll get in a second. But the goddamn lady said, man, the 80s movies is better. These people got all the special effects and shit, but they ain't making this some bullshit. She said, I sanction, but anyway, this industrial aspect of this shit, it ran by the scum of the earth, so to speak, before you get the rent. So they say, well, we either snuff the light out or we can use it to get people to manipulate people. Your favorite celebrity like it, that's why you have to be out careful with the fuck you endorse and shit around here and all this shit. The type of thought and group thinking and all this shit, you have to be mindful of what you are with. If you choose to advocate some shit, don't be doing it because you just following another motherfucker. Even when I talk, I tell you, go listen to, heed my word, but go. I'm not necessarily, you ask me to believe, go look, I give you shit, go look for yourself. I still want you to, I don't want you to just take my word, well, it's right, because he said it. No, that ain't enough. Do this shit, just research, just do what I'm doing. It ain't about just you taking anything some motherfucker saying, running with it, and all this whole shit. But that's what they bank on you doing. So, you have to understand, once you with that system and they see, it's obvious this girl was drop dead. Like I say, it's like Bobby said with Flojo. He said Flojo was so beautiful. They knew it was something special about her, so they had to do something to her. When you look at Baby Girl, it's like the same thing. It's like we seen it growing up, but it's like when you look at this shit through a new set of lenses, and you go back and look at all the videos of her and interviews, and you see how she's the perfect balance, cool, but not too cool for school. You see in her cool moments, you see her get a little quirky here, talk, et cetera, et cetera. You see her playful, playing basketball and shit, so she's not this too cool to talk to you with don't say nothing to me. I mean, all this shit, but she still has a mystique to her. So this shit is that's Messiah shit, middle pillow shit, knowing how to not be too much of one thing and with a sense of grace. This girl is the bomb. Word up. You could just look at her. Look at all that old shit, man. So if you got somebody, like I said, they seen it on Star Search. When they first discovered her, when she went on Star Search, that's like a talent. It was like a televised talent show, or whatever. I think came on like Saturday nights. So, yeah, I think they kind of rivaled Showtime and Apollo. About the same time. Something like that. It's been a while since I've seen this shit, but even then, they probably was looking at her then like, man, that girl. Just that's how we don't know this though. We think they just looking at this shit saying. Some people are too, the low level record executives and all that stuff. But you got another very big group of people that's looking at this shit like there's something about her. Don't talk about further ain't on our side. There's something about her. And if they can't play, once they see they can't play you close or you ain't with the bullshit that they own or something, then you know how stuff happens or whatever. Like I said, I could tell it was something because they were saying all these movies and stuff she had coming. So it's like, I know when, it's almost like she was like, nah, I'm not fucking with that. And yeah, man, this shit is crazy. But yeah, that shit is dangerous, man. But just being around that the industrial aspect of this shit when you really just look at the big picture. So but the part of you that they despise is manifested through those certain type of things, talents, beauties. When you're good at something, they're looking at it like real, like exceptionally good at some shit. They look at it like, okay, this is some type of energy right here that we can't use it. Like I said, just put it like this. I'll just give you a scenario. Say they let him do the movie, The Vampire Joint, and they say just to test the water, just to give Charles give an incentive for what they was going to present her with after that, and set that up with garner her a bigger crowd and all this stuff or whatever, an audience or whatever. It's almost like a debate of the crossover. Then when they come at her and say, hey, well, whatever the conversation, whatever was going on, and she was like, I'm not really into that type of stuff. And they were subliminally attacking her in the music industry. Like I said, I've seen this shit with little it was little bits and pieces of shit you had to see. Boy, they was saying little slick shit, sly remarks, and like I say, when that guy, some dude caught on that red carpet, man, the way he was talking, I was like, do we know who he's? That is not some fucking striptease girl. Why are you talking to her like that? Even as a player, Macadocious type of guy coming up in the ghetto, you supposed to know what you're dealing with. You don't talk to them. You gotta know what kind of background you come from. You don't go up there and talk to her like she's a fucking table dancer or some shit. So I'm looking at this idiot. That's why I know. I'm looking at this nigga. He's not asking a professional question. Some shit you were supposed to ask somebody on the red carpet, which is some professional shit about what their career, or even how's your dog. This nigga was asking sexual questions. And I was like, oh yeah, what are you guys were doing? It's just mind blowing. I'm looking at this bitch ass nigga and I'm like, yeah. And I said some other shit I seen too. I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing at the audacity of these fuck people. Fuck that. Yeah, you guys are crazy. But yeah, I'm gonna try to. Yeah, I'm just put the cap on that. But I get mad. It's just I'm just saying that's what's been going on. They try to use the energy to, whether it's make you buy some shit or buy into a certain concept or thought and mobilize you into some shit that serves their agenda, but they'll put sometimes it gets you where the motherfucker's assumption is obvious. You don't do that one, bro. You don't let it roll. You don't do that one. You don't see what they're doing. And some shit be subtle. You might think you're doing some good shit for a good cause. And a while, it's not that what you think on the surface. Therefore, I'm talking about celebrity, and then you will lead people to the slaughter unknowingly when you're dealing with these corporations and industry people with suits on and shit. And I'm saying everybody that was a suit, but yeah, I'm being honest with you, man. For whatever's left of the music industry, whatever the fuck going on, if you knew that shit or something, you hear this, I just walk like with a big stick or some shit. I don't know. But this shit is, these people are no joke. Well, they are a joke, but that shit is, like I say, that's why people end up dying and shit. Or getting fucked off. And I ain't trying to say it in a sensitive manner, but I'm just saying, generally speaking, you think Donny Hathaway, I don't want to trigger the leaders talking real shit. You think Donny Hathaway really jumped out a window? But I'm not buying that one. I'm just being honest. Yeah. So I just wanted to cap that off. But now it's a deity called that same energy that Eartha Kitt manifests. Yeah, that's coming through that Eartha Kitt. If you want, first and foremost, Santa Baby. I posted that, if I'm not mistaken, over Christmas. Then, just the other day, I've been looking at this, I came into this contact with Hurk Kitty. Hurk Kitty. Right. Now, that is, the person that is, the Hurk Kitty is, give me one second. I have to write it down. Okay, Hurk Kitty first and foremost, we're gonna deal with the cat. Hurk. This is a lineage too, but it's Earth the Kit. It's all the cat energy, the bastard energy I was telling y'all about. This is, I did this video, but I had to redo it. But I was saying, I'll throw this into. It was a chick that I used to go to school with, named Kathy. Cat. I just call her Catwoman. That's the energy she resonates with. Not just because her name is Kathy. This is before I knew all this shit. This was me in high school. I was like, you do look, have a cat. She does look like she's of a cat totem or something. So what they call animal totem and shit now. You can really. I know another shit that looked like a Rottweiler. It was bad. So you might say, you were sitting in a ranking contest, and it'd be like trying to diss somebody, but no, I could see. That's how I know all this shit, because I could see even the way she looked, the look she had in her eyes. It was like she had brown eyes, she like light brown eyes, but it was but she just looked like, reminded me of a Rottweiler, but she was pretty though, not ugly. Like you're an ugly dog. No, she was pretty looking, bad, but she had a motherfucking that she looked like a Rottweiler, and she reminded me of a Rottweiler. So like Charlotte reminded me of the cat and shit. I think she did. She played on the world. I think she played on that Catwoman or something. I think she did play on it because cat is bats. This all right there. But it wasn't like she. I didn't know what was going on at the time, but when I look back now, I said, oh yeah, that's she was of that type of energy right there. Earth the Kid. Now, her Tit is a fire goddess that goes back to. That's one aspect of it is she belches fire on the wretched. This is comedic shit. You can put it in your search engine or whatever. This one shit into I'm probably gonna have to put in the book, but just know this. The Hurk Tit. Tell me why you have to be a wordsmith. Okay. I'm sorry. The Tit, or that's kitten. You can say that as the mother and the children, her. To kits, right? First and foremost, let me do say this too. I did the numerology on the word Earth the other day. I posted the Santa Baby song for Christmas. Then I did the Santa Baby for Christmas. I did the numerology on Earth. Probably about totally unrelated. I'm not even thinking about Christmas when I'm doing the numerology thing. That's why I left that pop back up, because that's her thing. That's how I know she's in the mix. I've been doing a lot of numerology shit. And then when it came to me making this artistic little mural for baby girl right here, that you see on the thumbnail or whatever. One of the laptop pictures was on the platform. I'm gonna put on the joint with the boo. But in between all this, I was doing all this numerology before I did it. When I did this, because at first I was gonna put a lid on it myself, and I said, I see left. I said, I'm gonna put left on there with it. That's all I see. This nigga, because I've been doing numerology, but the past 2 weeks I've been on some numerology shit. Like, it comes and goes. Sometimes I go hard, sometimes I just read, but I've been on some numerology shit. So I do the joint on the Earth, and I've been studying the Hurk the Kid. That energy been coming through for like about a couple weeks, maybe a month, so I can't remember. But it ain't been too much. I really just bumped into it. So I get the thing on the Earth, and then after that, I looked at the Hurk the Kid word, and that's when it hit me. I said, Hurk the Kid. That shit sound like Earth the Kid. Like, yeah. And you out the kid, you could just see she's a cat woman. When you look at her, her thought, where she talk, but man, we just know that that's kind of how the girl cat was. Not the Greek of Eartha Kitt. Eartha Kitt is like a pristine, ultimate example of a woman who is of that energy. Like I said, the girl who like the Wawa, she's of but it's interchangeable. It's not just that's what the transformation is about with Osiris when he's saying he's the Lord of Death, that's the Lord of Transformation. That's why the Greeks and shit looked at us and thought we was obsessed with death. It was like, no, first and foremost, you don't even know what death means. We looked at that shit as transformation. I'm not saying we looked at you passing on to another realm as transformation. No, I'm saying the word itself was not confined to just somebody get put in the fucking ground. The casket and shit, it wasn't confined to that. So they hit all this. That's why they call it, like, Negro means. That's why the Moors and shit. But the Moors, what I was saying, they be like, don't say you're black. Moor with the word Moor, it's a thing with the word Moors itself. It means black. It does mean black. Deaf. I've seen this shit before, but it's not deaf in the sense of bad or whatever. That's why Osiris, he's the representative. He is transformation. It's just as much as it's talking about some shit you used to do and don't do no more. That's what they talking about. Transformation. Well, I used to drink a lot, but I stopped. That's death. You're a new person. You transform into some guy that don't drink liquor no more. A part of you transformed. The part of you that had a desire to drink liquor, it passed away. That shit was all inclusive. It wasn't just what you would think. But you don't know these things anymore because you've been tricked out of understanding what the fuck is going on. They are manipulating you with the wordplay and all this shit. So, but, this is what I'm telling you. So, the Hurk because it's a lion-hated goddess. Hurk Eartha Kitt, which is why the thing came up with, now, Baby Grizzle, she's a Capricorn. But you're all of this shit. This is what we're trying to tell y'all with this zodiac shit. You get caught in this one thing, and I'm this, and I'm very, but one, you are fucking so hopefully. One, so you study who you are, your zodiac, personally, but you're all this shit. Once you get to that point where you think it's just that, you missing other parts of yourself. That's what those signs remembering shit is about. So whatever your zodiac sign you is, that's your base point, but that's the point from there where you absorb all this shit once you start putting too much. I talk about this shit to get Virgos are the best, just kind of talking shit now. But once you start really getting into, that's another thing too. We too competitive. I got something coming for that. This shit is blind to watch. You will see. I'm finna show you some shit. About this past weekend, we ain't talking about last year when I was in jail, 20 years ago. This just happened this weekend. I'm finna show you about the middle of what's this, Tuesday? It's kind of party tonight. I'm gonna show you. This is real shit. So, but you be like, well, she's a Capricorn. This is the lion thing. It's Leo. It's like, no, she's all this shit. All kind of shit. It's like Transformers. So, but it's coming. The reason why it's coming through via Baby Girl is because she, while on Earth, was a victim of a misunderstanding of culture. Her and R. Kelly. So even though she's a Capricorn, she's still connected because that's for you zodiac freaks. But, but by this shit being it's Leo because that's where the fucking sun is at its highest peak. That represents the heat of the sun. It corresponds to the heat of the fucking puberty, the child of the puberty, especially the girl. The heat down there, which brings sex on, comes online, whether you like it or not, whether you're ready for your kids to explore that area or not, whether you got a personal gripe with it, it don't fucking matter. That's why the elders or ancients had a fucking system to where when that puberty came on, they had to go through their rites of passage so they would be taught how to control the fucking energy. You don't have that today. We just, you get 20 niggas in the room, how'd you lose your virginity? Ain't nobody gonna say, well, you know, my mama took me to this certain sacred tree stump and all this shit. You know what I'm saying, man? It was being Susie Lou. I don't know how it happens, but then we was drunk and you know, I learned how to do it. That's how we were living. Compared to, this is what we, and you know I ain't bullshit, I don't even have to explain that that's what's going on today. This is what's going on today. Well, that's how it happens. We don't, I've never heard of a school that teaches you. Not only teach you that you're supposed to have thought, you're supposed to engage in the act. At that, when they have go through puberty, or whatever how you do it, in a civilized manner, just put it in short terms. But you're supposed to do that so that you project the energy. But it comes with a cycle. It's not you just do it and that's that. It's like, no, if that was the case, fuck it, we don't need them. The ritual was the whole mental initiation you into this shit as well. Big Kundalini activation, you can just stay in the room, you come out a little bit. It was the whole thing. That's culture. These two individuals were persecuted to one certain, or Kelly, she passed, made the transition. Peace be on her name. He went to jail, suffered reputation fuck up, and the people who with him, jokes and shit. Well, the peace thing. That's his thing. Them jokes made me feel like it. Look, I'm not laughing at it, but this isn't fucked up. I don't know what it's sex like. So I'm just telling you this based off of these things. I love his music like everybody else, but his personal thing, I don't know. I'm telling you this based off of but then when we talk about this age thing, technically speaking, through culture, real culture, not the culture that was created by people who came after the original people. Who the fuck who you think know how the body works and how Earth works the most? The people who were here first or the people that came after? The people that came after is the ones that set the rules now. And if they made it clear that the rules are not for you. Y'all do it like that, I make them niggas do it like this. That's how y'all do it over there. Don't do that. Don't like this. Well, we doing that's how you been living. So when you brushed bash him or whatever you did, or the people who was making fun of them, this shit is like, the shit I'm seeing in these interviews and shit, these video clips with Aaliyah, about the negative shit, the attack they was doing, I would have never knew. Outside of the little, when it first happened, they supposedly married and all this shit, them regular talk. But them people stop liking them. I pretty much know how that shit goes. They'll let you fuck around, and then once they like, okay, let's see if they want to move on up. And when they see you don't want to move on up, and they really see you can do something, you can just tell by the beauty that she has magnifying beauty, so that will attract people to whatever cause that they put her out there to do or whatever. She probably was not known for that shit. This is my take. I'm not telling you I know the secret votes, so I'm not doing all that shit. I'm just telling you a possibility of what the fuck is going on around. Which I know they've done something. fuck that. That's just how I look at it. I don't believe in the plain shit. I'm not saying that shit could have been done better than that. Then it's the same shit that happened with the Kennedy guy. The nigga had was a sketchy background, fucked up leg. Same shit with baby girl. This nigga had a fucked up leg or some shit or something. It's the same pattern. And it's like, oh. So when it happens, it's like, well, it's possible because he was a drunk. Probably was popping pills or his leg broke and shit. This is the dumb shit they sit on us, bro. And I'm not laughing at it. I'm just telling you how ridiculous these people are. So I'm not, don't ever think I'm laughing at the fucking, excuse me, the fact that I'm trying to let me calm down. Don't ever think I'm laughing at the fact of what happened. I'm just, like I said, trying to put a little character into this shit to, make it a little bit more lighthearted. But not lighthearted, but to lighten the mood or some shit. So you can better receive what I'm saying as well. But, at that time, yeah. So, but yeah. In that movie, that's what she was dealing with. So it's like they knew something about her. That's why they put it in that movie. And I think that was like, I think she had enough juice to get to that movie. And then when she got to that movie, they was like, okay, well, we can take you to the next level and do it. Just like the devil, I'll take you to the top of the mountain. And not me, it's him. He's talking about that's this thing. They'll take you to the top of the mountain and show you all this shit. She was about her father's business. AKA, I'm not fucking around with that. No. You know what I'm saying? Just my thing. I don't want to be too particular. If she was to tell me just outright, I'll just stick with just that's my take on it or whatever, just to be safe about it. Because I wouldn't sit here and front with you like I am filled in on all of the details, but it is a bullshit going on here. Plus, like I say, and that's how they do, because they had, from what I'm hearing, they had a lot of movies lined up for it. That's how they do it. They have shit already set up for you, so if you take the bait, you can rock with the shit and have your shit set up. If you don't, they either kill you or exile you from the fucking industry or demote you or some shit like that. Well, her, it was like, they knew she was just, that's why we don't even know it, but they don't celebrate her, really. And she is one of the fucking best. She is a fucking icon. That is a star. A goddess. You can't tell me. But they don't even. Who do you see with the respect that I had for Aretha Franklin? I'm 42. The respect that I have for Aretha Franklin or somebody like the Earth, Wind, even Anita Baker, she was like the 80s though, but Earth, Wind and Fire, Al Green, the respect we had for them up when we was 10, 11, and 12, of knowing these are some special, talented people, right? Who do you see iconic like that? And I'm not saying it's not all kind of people. It's just that we don't promote our own shit. They didn't stop raising people up to a point to where you can, 40 years now, be like, those guys are legendary. It's legendary talent out there. There's people who do legendary shit. Tony Braxton, he was up there. I was telling y'all in the video. This nigga is that shit she did in the night. It was her. But I'm telling you, that is different. You're making me high alone. You have to understand that shit. I don't know how to make you, but there's something about that. You may know who today, the kids today may know through you know, the TV shows and all that or whatever. But even her, if she's not, that's y'all. But y'all know it's the way shit is now. Like I said, we didn't got some of the word we didn't got so accustomed to them telling us just like that. I was telling you about the Nixon thing, and it's not saying don't take that way you thinking. I'm saying the people that got held up and considered legends took always sold out or some shit. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is they always presented you or held up well through the industry. I ain't gonna put it like that. By having to get exposed to this shit through the music industry, the greats were determined by that. So, but the people we talk about, like Michael Jackson, the talent outshines everything. The talent he put forth, shows you he's worthy of being deemed great or whatever. Because I'm not trying to make it seem like they. For some people, all pumped up. Some people are not as talented as they probably don't warrant the praise they get. But the only reason they warrant the only reason they get the praise is because this shit is paid and you're paid to pay attention to other shit. I'll give you an example. That's like I ain't gonna do that one. Put it like this. They are paid. They put money. They pump enough money into a person they can make you believe this motherfucker is a great talent or messianic talent. They call them false messiahs. But you take that motherfucker, you compare him to somebody that's that real, that's in the music industry, but it's really a talent pursuit doing, and there's a lot of them that really that nigga or one girl. This is how them motherfuckers that you don't even hear about. They wipe them out just like that. They quietly kind of swept under the rug. You don't hear this for the move through the movies and all that shit still live on or whatever. But I'm saying like the music industry, she don't get the type of praise that she would have if she was here by now or still here or whatever. Which we don't give a fuck about 10 minutes. Fuck the industry. I mean, it's not the way I say it serves a purpose. It serves a purpose because entertainment is a thing, but it serves a purpose. And that everybody likes to be entertained, whatever. What I'm saying is the people that run this shit is the corruptness of that brings it to the point where it's like, well, who gives a fuck about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Who's running that? That go back to Fife. Never let a statue tell me how nice I am. These people who's if I play tennis and I don't know nothing about no fucking football, or if I play football, I don't know nothing about no tennis. If I gonna say, man, that nigga don't know how to play tennis, a smart nigga would come in and say, well, I don't give a fuck about your opinion. You don't watch this shit at all. How do you know what a tennis player is supposed to do? You don't pay attention to shit. So, you see what I'm saying? Like, so, these people, like, they say, like, these motherfuckers don't even listen to this shit. They voting on this shit. Hey, who is that guy? Don't give him fucking whatever they do. But people that are not even really into the arts, if you're not into the arts, you have no business determining. And I'm not saying this, I don't know who the fuck it is. I know there's an element of that. I've heard that before. And I'm pretty much sure that the people who pull the strings when it comes to that shit ain't really jigging to your new tunes out here. So Who gives a fuck? But it's still a fan part of me. Like, that's cool, man. That boy, you get, because it's always that thing. Because you kid, you root for motherfuckers. Oh, I hope they get the new award or whatever. But just out of love of the talent and all this shit. But yeah, man. Now you showed me some bona fide motherfuckers. Well, that's why we always. That's how niggas pants be tied, because you can't make me believe. Well, every time the shit we try, the Source Awards, you got the Source Awards and Vibe Awards. Source is more hip hop rooted, but who the fuck run Vibe? But yeah, man. She don't really get the. She's a mainstream artist, but she don't get that man. I ain't gonna say that because I don't. But it's not something connected. I can see where they try it with Pac. It just sometimes it just don't work. It ain't totally work with her either. She's known. Niggas never know. Don't be wrong. But even the catalog and shit, they just put this shit back. I was trying to get some Post Aaliyah song and shit. That shit don't even be. They just not putting her catalog on the damn Instagram and all this old shit. And something I heard about that, I don't know, man. But you not paying. You think, and you still probably think I'm just running off at the mouth with her. But no. They try to, once they see they couldn't take it there, even when you pass on, they still try to snuff you. Like Pac, another one they couldn't do with him because he talked too much when he left anyway. They left his thing or whatever. That's probably why that shit happened with the R at the spark. When I tell you, the storm pushed the R in. Pac said, I'll be the one who sparked the brain. They going through the same shit. But the only thing about Pac is no rap that's overshadowed R&B anyway. So, and then him being who he is, and a man too, because like I say, light side, dark side, she's a woman. So, but the fans. The fans pretty much a lot of his co-leagues and shit in the music industry. And the music industry itself, a lot of them was, when he passed, I don't forget all that camera shit. Oh, yes, Pac was the greatest. All you niggas liked him, for one. Two, it was a sigh of relief for these niggas. I know how niggas think. Oh man, they probably got him. Yeah, you gotta worry about that thorn in our side no more. What's going on here? Yeah, you know how that shit go. They they was on some that was a firearm and shit. But they was on some when niggas was singing. It's that thorn outside. Because a lot of the shit he was attacking, you see these niggas end up being that. Niggas you wouldn't beefing with, you saw. These were whizzing around with the game came to, bro. The game came to the same type of shit that nigga was attacking. The game became a product of that. Yeah. So the niggas who was left around after Human Beings left was not all of them, but you can pretty much point them out yourself when you pay attention. They didn't like that nigga. Straight up. So yeah, man. They didn't. I don't know which ones. Well, I kind of do, but we don't gotta get to the particulars. But saying that I like to say is, despite as much love you see Pac get, I just remember. I just remember. I said it like that. I was trying to say I still. But I still remember the thing, and it was like he got love. It was undeniable, but that music industry part, you can kind of see where it was like, yeah, I don't know, but stand up with girl. It's like that. It's certain. They like, well, we can't control the light. We don't want it around or some shit or whatever. That's how it looks to me, man. This is my take on it. Because she gets up to do prop do. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying she's her. If you look at her profile status as far as the fucking music industry, and it's kind of underrated. From the perspective coming from a posthumous perspective, she is one of the great ones. But like I said, they stopped doing that. But well, at least with niggas, well, ain't nothing. I'm not saying ain't nothing. There's some great shit out there, so don't get me wrong. But who's all the great talent is right now. Don't speak about R&B in particular with this right here. That's what made me have to, because there's some good shit coming out there. I was tripping. It is good music. I don't know what it is. It's something like it's just something missing. I think it's the fucking, maybe it's the production or something, or maybe it's the push. You know, they don't put as much music or money in the music industry. No, at least not in hip hop and R&B. You can tell that shit. Just by videos and shit. They don't even, but they probably was overtaxing the videos. This got the music industry weird. But what time is it, man? Yeah. With the Hurk, it's a. So when you go back to the movie, she's working with the fire. She got the song. Like I say, one memory I remember her the most when I went to her concert. The most memorable moment where her was on stage with that. It was red leather. Performing Hot Like Fire and them flame them pyrotechnics going off. Pyrotechnics going off. And that was what, 9/8. And then in the movie, excuse me, in 2000, that movie, she was working with fire in that movie, if I'm not mistaken. Throwing fire on niggas and shit. But they even had to, I don't know if that's a makeshift statue or if that's a real statue. They even had to, this is how you know they knew she was the real deal. And not just somebody playing some part, is because this even made, I don't know if that's a real statue or what, or some makeshift shit. They even had the statue up her. They were showing you she was an Egyptian goddess, which she always wanted. She said the part she didn't like about the they didn't shoot those shit in Egypt. She wanted to do it in Egypt or whatnot. Or she thought she would have, this is according to there was a guy reading this was actually, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think, I gotta look at the thing. I think it was a guy reading an interview she had with a magazine, something like that. So she wasn't actually saying it out of my mouth, but I'm saying I can't leave it since she wanted to do it in Egypt. But she always wanted to go to Egypt. Or was it the Matrix? She wanted to, I think it was the fucking Vampire Chronicle shit. But Hurk is a lion-headed goddess. The Ariak thing, y'all. The Ariak. Go back to that. This is what Esther Roll came through with. And you know Esther Roll, she's the she's a mother. She's a big mama, great mother figure. Cat mama. That's why she look. You look at her, she look like a cat. Same thing. Earth the Kid. No, it's the same thing. That's what she. That's one of the reasons on this planet she played that role because that was her. On a spiritual level, that's her energy field. But I was her one of her area. Now that's why I say this is another reason why. If you get this book, you will see what I mean when I say that those stories and stuff that you hear in the Bible have symbolical meanings that pertain to you, that pertain to many different aspects of life, but as well as the inner work, the working of your inner self. This is what they don't teach you in the Bible. All that motive, and that should be good. Some of the motivational aspect is the stuff that we tell you. You know, I've heard sermons where they were saying shit. I was like, you know what? He's right about but it'd be more so towards day-to-day drama and shit and stuff like that. Don't worry about me and all this certain shit that they may be right, but the main shit you need to know, they're not. It's not that. They give you the Bible, but they don't explain what these things mean. You get this book, you will see exactly what I mean. Just this right here, you will see where this King Solomon just didn't mean a man. This just meant different things and shit. Ariok. Okay, Ariok, because it's the definition. And lion-like, venerable. And it goes to the character of the Bible. A king of Elisar, one of the 4 kings who took Lot captive, but were defeated and destroyed by Abraham. Captain of the king of Babylon's guard. The Ariok of Genesis is 14:1, represents the seeming power, strength, and dominion, lion-like, that sex lust has over man. That's the energy that comes online when you go through puberty, because you are maturing into a young woman or a young man. Therefore, they would have the ritual, the rites of passage, what they call the young man making and the young woman making ceremony. They would have those because you're not supposed to contain an energy like that. What we do is like ticking time bombs. It go off, but we live in a society where they tell you that you're too young. You're trying to squeeze energy into a body. We didn't do that. We had a guidance. We navigated our way into the sexual scene or whatnot. You don't have it no more. That's why you have sexual perversion and all that shit. This is why people do shit. We don't know because we don't lost our culture. So what they're doing, what they did, Hurk was a reflection of our original culture. That's what they looked as a whole. That's why that's what the problem was. That's why they started harassing them and shit. Because under the guise of, well, you're breaking the law. But it's like, well, technically speaking, you're fucking up the real law of nature, which is this shit, by telling people you're not supposed to have sex till 20 and all that shit. It's like, no, that's not right. Because this energy comes along, it don't give a fuck about none of that. It don't care about it. It possesses you. So by us just living wild and free, ain't no telling when what can happen. Certain people like myself, people like me, I'm lucky because I was into women. I started macking early, so I had to give the gap to actually on the whim have sex when I first got into puberty. At least I got that much out of the way. At least I ain't have pussy on nigga who didn't know how to talk to girls and walking around this shit all in me out 16 years, and then that's how perversion and shit started. We don't have a rearing into the world of sex. This is too important to just be leaving up the fucking chance. That's how deep it is. That's why we had the fucking ceremonies. But today, and the elders, it was the ones who initiated the thing. But today you call that some pedophilia. And that's pedophilia is really having sex with prepubescent people. When they go into puberty, you're supposed to, we don't know this no more. But as we had back in our original culture, that's what you would do. You would introduce them into the world and give them the psychological equip them psychologically as well as physically, so they can know how to go about this without fucking the world up and bust. Now we look at it, think I'm bullshitting. Look at how we living and look how this shit is taking over. And busting windows out, kicking, shooting each other over niggas' holes. And this nigga, that's my this is madness because niggas don't know what the fuck they're being driven by. It's the same thing that is call their desires to rise. It's the same thing they're being possessed by, but they don't know how to check the shit. But we don't know. I'm not even bashing. I'm telling you how being raised in a society where the people who came after us, we had to learn how to do what they half-ass do what they do. To even learn how to half-ass do it, if that's what they're doing. Run a culture and shit, and all this old bullshit, and this fucking us. And not only that, it's by design. Fuck the dumb shit. No. Their thing is to reverse your culture. So they see something like that, I don't know, that's their culture. That's what they was doing. No, you gotta make an example. That's what they're saying. They're saying they have to do something to make that unappealing. It's too close to where they come from. Next thing you just start getting into other shit that we're trying to keep them away from, but it's the original culture. You see how this is working. So this is why this is coming through with her. The area, Hurk. I kept to the Hurk energy, and then after I did I did the Earth thing the other day, and then it hit me till yesterday, or the day before, I think Sunday. That's I said, hold up, that's the Earth the kid. Hurk Kit. E-R-T, you can take the H from the back, that's Earth Kit. It's Earth the kid. This is how they come through. So niggas be talking crazy, this is a thing. Even health is in the word. You take the L, all terms of help content. Hell G, the sun and the cross. Helios, the sun. The T is the cross. The kitten. You put that with the kitten, cat, the kettle, the kettle, the fucking pot, the kettle. All that shit goes. And the cat goes for so good, that's the energy in either of his head. So, here you go. So, the cat is kettle, pillow. I'm not fucking around with you guys, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Y'all berate people, but in the same breath to speak about culture. And I can't be bash you because you don't know, you just don't know. I'm just, like I say, it came to me through baby girl. All this shit is part of her. She was coming, when I first snapped all this shit, she was there. But she was around. Things was happening. Shit like that. So, all you people who think I was like, because even when she was alive, there was a lot of slick shit. And all trying to get to the juice and all this shit. And interviews, and then now we gotta talk about it. Well, you really don't. Because if somebody told you to do that, you probably still didn't do that. Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of that type of shit I was seeing. And, so, and she got bad for that. Oh, that is so wrong. And the whole while, That was our culture. The people who were here first, the grown up or the person that's a little older, has to introduce uh, the, the, the new girls and boys that's coming into puberty into that world. Because they have to to do it properly, they go into it with the proper mentality, you have to be taught. But who the hell is going to teach you? Because motherfuckers is going through what you're going through and don't know what the fuck is going on. No, the people that run you. This is father. The word father itself. F-A-T-H-E-R. We say, fat her mind, nourish her mind, or nourish his mind, the kids, nourish their mind, or nourish the woman's mind, or whatever. Fat her. Father. The F-A-R-T-H-E. Farther down the road. He's farther down the road than he came in first. But your job is to catch up with the motherfucker. Really. Farther down the road. Because they came first. Or preceded you in something. Or whatever. Farther. You have to go farther to catch up with the father. That's the thing. You where you're supposed to be going, be as good as that person or excel them or whatever. And whatever it is, I'm fucking basketball coach, boxing trainer, dance teacher, whatever the fuck. He should be teaching you how to at least be as good as he is. At the least. And who knows? So yeah. Father. These people don't know shit. Let's get this. I don't know how many laws they make. Relative speaking, these don't know shit or they know shit and don't want you to know shit. So, let me stop right here so I can upload this shit. We'll be back, man.